roll it like a big shot. Escalate, tuned up, NASCAR pit stop. Diamonds in my mouth, I don't even need a wristwatch. Saying that you got it, you can fuck around and get got. Stretches lean out like a ballerina. Hobby looking for money like how you seen her. Got a mouth full of water like Catalina. Hobby sipping that drink like I'm Justin Bieber. That with the smart bitch wanna see me. Eat it like a king, told her check please. I can grab it, Escalade V or the vet keys. Deep in that water, high, I need a jet ski. I ride my wave on 'em. I'm making plays on them, put my foot on their neck and it stay on them. You want problems, I'll put in the bay on them. It's automated when the compensated, I'ma get it cracking in the so what's up, Lil?
You say that you want it, make sure you for sure. My shooters, they on it, they ready to go.
Go get you walking with the ratchet, I'ma let them have it, that's it. Run out of luck, Lil.
Don't need no practice, I'm up in the scope. I jump off the top rope, think the mattress been broke. Cut muddy, clutching on a big Glock, reaching for my neck, that's the quickest way to get shot.
Beat them up, left them with scratches like hip hop. Slapping my pockets, left them with a big knot.
What a drink, man, gotta go and make a pit stop. $250,000 when it's spun on the wristwatch.
Got her ass over like a book, I'm finna ride it in. I ain't talking football, but you got a tight end. This is cuss like a fat, just for small pants, teeth bustin'.
I'm hit it hard, make the bitch keep cussing. I ain't got time to do shit, I'm hustling. He don't wanna really bump heads, he bluffing. Plus that can't beat me in nothing. He asked to go to sleep, it won't be on my country. Wait OT to a whole nother country.
Yeah, buddy, roll it like a big shot. Escalate, tuned up, NASCAR pit stop. Diamonds in my mouth, I don't even need a wristwatch. Saying that you got it, you can fuck around and get got. Stretches lean out like a ballerina. Hobby looking for money like how you seen her. Got a mouth full of water like Catalina. Hobby sipping that drink like I'm Justin Bieber. That with the smart bitch wanna sex me. Eat it like a king, told her check please. I can grab it, Escalade V or the vet keys. Deep in that water, high, I need a jet ski. I ride my wave on 'em. Making plays on them, put my foot on their neck and it stay on them. You want problems, I'll put in the bay on them.
Codeine is floating up out of my, floating up out of my. She wanna suck me inside the arena. Louis V denim came straight from the clean. Double D's on the cutter, she sing like Selena. I walked to the plug and then drove back to Newlands. Running from the laws got me barking the engine, can't catch me, I'm dogging a demon. Drip with the gangsters that's plotting and scheming. Just bought a paint, got me honestly fiending. Really woke up in the mansion, cartoons on the ceiling worth millions, bro, thought I was dreaming. Raised with the OGs, big pokey, we leaning. Dope my cup, cost the LV bean. Scrap whatever I wish, she genie. She tryna hot my dog, eat weenie. Better have my money on time, yeah, shawty, she a 10, but the looks ain't getting her down. Put a chopper on his head, face recline, streaming this Cox and fat booty, a legs to sky. Stand on the business, adjust the tie. Stick with a dot, lowercase I. Can't never paint, see, stay fair pie. Why you don't mess with Texas? Our guns legal, get shot for this necklace. Cow in boot, kick it undress. Let her bring pounds to the bar, and she special. Traded my pickup truck for a Tesla. 3 bar flies on my highs trifecta. Finna pop on the white girl, Brock Lesnar. Barbecue lobster with the cayenne pepper. Ooh. Welcome to Texas.
Yeah, buddy, roll it like a big shot. Escalate, tuned up, NASCAR pit stop. Diamonds in my
What's going on, traders? What's going on? Welcome back to another live stream. If you are new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. As always, before we hop on these charts, man, read what's on the screen. Trading is very risky. Most traders do lose money. I am not a financial advisor. I do not provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is. Even if funded prop from accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes like the one at the top of this chat. In my content, Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. What's up, chat? How we doing on this beautiful November 26th, Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving? Let's see, man. Let's see what this market's got for me. We're going to talk a little bit about the markets today. We're going to try to get some trading in. I'm going to talk about that frustrating day yesterday. Hung out here on the live. Knew I wanted the longs. Eyeballed the shorts. Eyeballed the longs. Framed them out. That would have paid beautifully. Just not as aggressive as I could have been yesterday for sure. But we'll talk about that. But first, you guys. Dwayne, what's up? Corey, what's up? Tom, what's going on? Aldu, what's happening? Paul, Wolf, JB, what's going on? What's going on? Andrew Baggs, how we doing, guys? How we doing? Spiking S5Q, all you guys and your crazy names. Sebastian GG1, how do you put the volume profile on the right? We'll talk about that. A-Deal, what's up? Good morning. Say it back, chat. I'm just kidding. Good morning, guys. Along with talking about the markets, talking about yesterday, talking about... What in the world is that? Talking about these charts today, trying to get some trading in. We're going to do some giveaways, man. We're running giveaways today. We're running giveaways every damn day this week. The cat's out of the bag. We're giving out instant funded accounts like candy this week, man. Getting a whole bunch of people funded. Anxiously awaiting the release of Trade-of-H from Top 1 Futures. The platform that you are looking at me trade on right now is Project X through Top 1 Futures. This is a 15K live account, technically a pre-live account. Going to be taking a look at YM here on the 15-minute chart. We'll jump into some analysis. What's up? Good morning. Good morning, all. Good morning, all. We got the hundreds. We got the W's in chat. We're cooking already, man. What's up on Kick? What's up on X? How are you guys doing? Good to see you, man. Good to be back. Be back in action here. Awesome. We're looking good. Streams are looking good. Let's jump into some analysis. See what we got rolling here. Do I recommend using micros? Stay consistent on 100K or switch to full contracts to grow faster? Names are weird today. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. YouTube is showing. I'll answer both those questions. Good trading questions. Keep throwing them in. We got volume profile and minis versus micros. We'll talk about this stuff after we get some analysis in before the market open. What's up, Dr. FP? Yeah, I don't know. It's showing your guys, like, I don't know if you're seeing that as well. It's showing everybody's like actual username, like not the name of their channel. So whatever. I can still read. I can still tell who's who. You guys are here all the time, so we'll get it figured out. You guys all have ridiculous names anyway. What's up? Good morning. Good morning. All right. Let's just recap yesterday real quick. I got to, man. This was what I wanted, chat. This was what I wanted. I wanted the longs, man. I wanted the longs down here as we came back up. I wanted them here. Why didn't I take them if I wanted them? Execution, man. You don't get paid for wanting. You don't get paid for for not putting risk on the line. And journal entry for me yesterday is going to be you had a good read of the market, good indication of short. That one was definitely not a mistrade. You had a good continuation long move, but it came quick. It came really early on. It came under the first 15 minutes of market open. And, not excuses, but I could say, well, why didn't you execute? I always try to look deep. Well, I was off the charts for the last, how many days. I didn't trade with you guys. I didn't trade, from my desk on Monday. I didn't trade over the weekend. Obviously, didn't trade on Friday. I wrapped it up and I was traveling on Thursday. So maybe first day back, you're a little bit calmer. You're a little bit trying to get your feet back in the water. And wasn't ready to pull the trigger at 9:40, 10 minutes into the open when that was setting up, and then wasn't aggressive enough to maybe try it on a second chance entry like I talked about. 20-30 points. Go back and watch it live from yesterday. This is where I was looking at potentially getting long, and look at what happened. Even if I was late to the party here, we ran 600 points. Massive with just the amount of risk that you would have to have on down here, right around 200. It's a 3R trade. So a little more aggressive without being too quick, impatient, impulsive, without having a good reason to structure, risk and take a trade. A little bit more aggressive, because look where we came, right up to the level that we were watching that I called out multiple times, the 47,000 evens, up into the 47,100s to 150s. That was my target, right? If we were going to move to the upside, this is where I was looking. If we were going to move to the downside, all the way back down around these lows, back down around this temporary volume point of control, right? Now, that was yesterday. Yesterday's done. Journal it, learn from it, but forget about it. Don't carry it into the next trading day. That's what I'm going to do today. Taking a look at the daily chart real quick because we have 2 minutes before NYSE open here. We're opening up with a bullish bar. Now, interesting statistics. Somebody was calling it out in here. Everybody around holidays likes to just look up the general, like, what traditionally happens around holidays. And I started to do it a little bit more over the past couple years. I do it for fun just because it's interesting statistics. The day before Thanksgiving, tomorrow is a U.S. holiday. For those of you that don't know, Thursday, November 27th this year is Thanksgiving. The day before Thanksgiving, today, is traditionally a bullish close by a pretty strong percent. 4 out of the last 5 day before Thanksgiving trading days closed bullish. I think it was 8 out of the last 10 and 14 out of the last 20 years. Is that enough to just say go long, find a long bias only? No, of course not, right? You get cooked. Intraday price action is very different. Could be interesting, right? Kind of like that edgeful stat on specific days of the year. We sometimes have, specific trends, right? The same was true for NASDAQ. The stats are the exact same. Now, overall, it was around 70% of the time. Pretty strong trend for the last few years. Anyway, again, worth noting, maybe a little bit trivial, like not exactly what I'm using in my trading, but you guys were talking about it, but people start calling those out, so it's fun to chat about. Opening up with a tight bar here, bullish overall so far as we're getting ready to open up 30 seconds into the open. Pretty damn tight as far as where we are from yesterday's candle. You can see we're all the way at the top. We have already broken prior day's high. We're going to open up above yesterday's high. It's a bullish open. We're coming off of these lows, right? We had a chance to come back down, maybe sweep. Nice doji candle right here. This was the move that I was looking for, but just couldn't find myself into, at my peril for sure. But we got it. Nice bullish move to the open. Now, today, I could see a pullback even with that stat, right? I could absolutely see a pullback. We are opening at VWAP right here, right now. Again, tight overnight range. We pretty much just pushed above VWAP, cracked that prior day high, came back down and then chopped. We are opening right at VWAP here on the 15-minute chart. A little bit of a bullish movement here. Looks like we want to continue this move to the upside that we've been forming into pre-market, right? Through late London into pre-market. If we pull back down, I could absolutely see a return back to this prior day volume point of control. Very key level for me. It's a little bit of a high volume node if I just display this price action. If I zoom out really aggressively here on the 15-minute, that's going to shift. But I could see the low end of this volume point of control, right? This area of consolidation, right around the 47,000 evens as a potential area of interest, right? If we're going to pull back at all, which we're not doing just yet, if we're going to pull back at all, right? That could be a spot that we do it for maybe a continuation, a push to the upside, that nice break and retest. I'm not going to get short towards that level. That would just be shorting really aggressively. Shorts in play coming up right now as we sweep this overnight high. There's not much looking left. If I was going to take something really aggressively short, I was considering before I hopped on. Nice round psychological number. Multiple volume points of control, just some price action and market structure right off of this high volume node. It's around the 47,500s. Not quite there, but right around that 47,500 level. I could see that. I could see potentially that. Would like to see a long in play today. Can we turn to the downside and come right back down here? Sure, absolutely. Nice big bullish push, right? We put a bunch of trading down here. We got quite a bit of volume over the last few days here. Could absolutely pull all the way back down. We could be one of those days where we close bearish, right? On a day before Thanksgiving. We could still close green with a really gnarly sell-off intraday here, right? We can come all the way back down, maybe to the high end of this area of consolidation, then pop back up. A lot can happen. A lot can happen here. So right off the rip, I'm not as hungry for something as I was yesterday. I talk about that. I have a pretty good read of what my setup looks like. I know, what my area of interest are, right? I'm talking about right now. Prior day volume point of control. A short would be stupid aggressive if you wanted it. It's in play above above pre-market Asia London high, right? You throw that on, you get short right back down to there. To me, that's not really the trade that I want every day. If we were opening up way above, what would, maybe encourage me to get into something like that? If we were opening up way above VWAP, right, and I had room back to VWAP, if we had a really high area of volume that we were 200 points above, gave me a way to structure risk, maybe, right? Because I think we could just do this, no problem. It doesn't give me a good way to grab, to grab profit. If I was a scalper, absolutely, right? Short right there above pre-market high, go back test this stuff. Asia London highs get swept, and we almost always see a reaction. Whether or not that continues, right, is up, up for debate. Look at yesterday. Holy shit. I mean, look at the Asia London low getting taken to the downside, and then a complete drive to the upside. Does that always happen? Absolutely not. But we almost always get a low reaction, right? And on YM, 50 points could be enough to call it a day. But that one I'm not taking. If I really don't have another short in store until all the way up here near the 47,500s. If we drove right off the open, I would consider that back to VWAP. I really don't like it short today, though. I really don't. Not on this structure, not out of these lows. I really don't. I'm going to take it, right? I'm going to trade my system. I have to take trades even if they are a little bit counter to whatever bias that I'm carrying, because my biases aren't always healthy. But I would much prefer a long. Could still get cooked on it. I think we could come all the way down here if we pulled back, but this would be the area of interest. Prior day volume point of control. Really, really simply. That's what I'm looking at. So, that is my initial analysis coming into the open here. If you guys are new, because we got a bunch of people hopping on, I trade discretionary. Discretionary, as does almost everybody that you watch here on YouTube or Kick or X or anywhere else. I just talk about it, right? I am discretionary, maybe not as discretionary as most, but I would consider myself very discretionary. I use price action, market structure, volume tools. I typically trade a mean reversion style trade off of the open, and then I'll typically look for a continuation trade, which came very quickly, pretty much off the open yesterday. It can be either or. It can really be either or. I could talk a little bit about, more what goes into my trading, right? What exactly I'm looking for. I would say I'm much higher time frame than most that you'll see. I love the 15-minute chart here on YM. I don't like scalping for 100 different trades. I'd prefer to take one trade, 2 trades a day. Try to capture, the larger, higher time frame move, which is not that large and not that high time frame, because we're still in and out on a day. And if I showed this to anybody who, is an investor, they'd say you're an insane scalper, right? It's all relative. But I'm not on the 30-second chart scalping for 4 points. Like we're not doing that here. No, we're looking for a couple 100-point move typically, which is easy to accomplish here in YM when we are often over the 600 point on the day. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. As we push to the upside, like I said, guys, near the 47,500 level, all the way up above here, right? Why? Look at the price action and market structure. We're cracking to the upside above a potential area of resistance here. Next area would be right in here, right? All these lows and highs that I put in. We got a low volume point of control. A little bit of consolidation here. We stopped on a dime here from the 13th. If we were gonna not just blast off to the upside, which we might, this would give me a area to structure risk. What am I gonna be looking at? Current volatility has been pretty easy. I don't like running a fixed stop loss by points. It doesn't make any sense to do that. But I've been starting mine pretty wide with that standard $1,000 worth of risk. That's been working pretty well for me. Give me some room to work. Maybe close out early for a partial L, adjust. I'm talked about getting a little bit more discretionary with my trade management, which I have, which has been paying me well. But something like that, I could see something like that off the open. Again, I don't like the short nearly as much as the longs. I can't seem to miss on longs. I have a much lower win rate on shorts. That's just what my data says. Big surprise, right? US indices typically tend to go up. They're bullish over time. But we'll see. Sorry, I don't mean to be twitchy with this chart, but I'm going to run it really zoomed out here just so I can look at this high over here, look at this volume point of control. I'm going to say the high 400s. I would consider it short. Another 100 points higher from here, I'm jumping in short. That's my game plan. We turn right back down to the downside. We come back down and chop around. We kind of do what we did yesterday before we started to take off. I'll adjust from there. That's the analysis. That's what I'm looking at. Now, guys, we had some good questions. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Always, you could feel free to ask trading questions in the chat. I try to ignore dumbass stuff or things that are just not relevant or overly personal for no reason at all. How do you put the volume profile on the right? So that was the first one. Let's just do a quick rundown as we're not pushing higher. I have 3 indicators on my chart. Technically 3 indicators, right? Visible range volume profile. So how do I put this on my chart? Exactly like this. You would go into indicators, right? And you would type VPVR, volume profile visible range. Sometimes it's called visible range volume profile on other platforms. The adjustments that I have on here, the row size is set at 200. Everything else is standard except for the color and the width. I have it pushed over to the right-hand side a little bit, only 25%. Just kind of overlays a little bit at like 30 or 35, whatever the standard is. And then colors are different, right? This doesn't change anything, just the way that it displays the size of these rows, 200. I have VWAP on the chart. I'll zoom in so you can see it. Volume weighted average price, standard settings, color white. That's it. This way you can set your chart up exactly the same as mine if you wanted to. I used to watch traders and go, I want their chart. And then I have volume down here on the bottom. Again, same thing, standard inputs, and I have just the color changed. So it's really, I don't really look at traditional volume down here too much on the bottom. I got order flow on the left-hand side. The only drawing tool on my chart, the only markup I have are these, which are fixed range volume profiles, right? Here's the settings. This is at 30%, which I think is standard. Again, row size 200. The colors are a little bit different, similar to the volume range visible VPVR, volume profile visible range. How you get these right here is over in the drawing volume based. You come over here to drawing tool, it's not an indicator, and you grab the fixed range volume profile and you drag it out. Right? You drag it out for whatever time frame that you want. This is capturing the entire day, obviously, right? All of yesterday's price action, the entire day, from 1800 to 1645, right? 6 p.m. at session changeover, all the way to the end of it on the 15-minute chart. Technically, I'm not capturing the last 14 minutes of the day. That's fine for me. I draw them off the 15-minute chart. That seems to work just fine. Still watching this for a potential short up here, guys. 47,500s could be coming into play. Like I talked about, high 400s potentially. Questions. Do you recommend using micros to stay consistent on a 100K count or switch to full contracts to grow faster? Micros and minis don't make any difference to me. It just comes down to how much you want to risk per trade, right? Micros and minis are the same relative thing, right? The same chart that you're trading from, the same instrument for like MYM or YM. It's just going to be, you're going to have a lot more flexibility on micros to size down. If you want to size down, right? You know, we could talk in more detail about being super aggressive on prop firms versus less aggressive, but overall, in general, it comes down to your personal risk tolerance, your experience level, and your capital, right? How well funded are you? How long you've been doing this? Do you have any consistency, or you're struggling, horribly? That's going to dictate whether, how much risk you should put on the line. And then personally, your risk tolerance. How much money do you want to stand to make or lose? That's going to come down to everybody, right? Regardless of if you have, $100 in the bank or $1 million in the bank, right? The person that has $1 million in the bank, one person might be risking a super large amount per trade. They're very risk on, very aggressive. Another person might not want to do that, right? So we could talk more detail about that, but it's personal. A lot of traders like to say, do this, trade one mini on a 50K account on ES with a 20-point stop. That none of that makes any sense to me at all. You have no idea what the person's like, their risk tolerance, how they're trading. It doesn't make any sense to do that. I'm going to continue with questions, but I just wanted to see, we had 945 today. Chicago PMI. Looking at news, guys, real quick. Forex Factory, just as we're coming up on 945. ForexFactory.com. I'm not associated or affiliated with these guys, just a site that I've used for forever. You could use Financial Juice or Market Watch or whatever you want, but check financial news every single day. I don't know a single trader that isn't aware of the data releases, even if they're not a fundamental trader at all. a single trader that does well, I should say. Chicago PMI at 945. Don't care about that. Crude oil at 1030. That's none of these are major. It's fine. Here we go into the 450s here, chat. Into the 450s. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to take that short. I'm gonna have to take that short, chat. I'm gonna have to take that win or loss if I have to. Talk about that once we get a trade on. Like I said, high 400s. We're not at the high 400s yet. We're getting close. Getting really close. We traded the 63s. 47 463s. That's not quite there yet. A little bit higher of a push. I'm gonna say 480 is my line in the sand. 47 480. Again, I might miss it today. Again, I might miss a beautiful short. That's cool. I'll sit here and miss trades if I have to, because they're not a missed trade for me, right? If you're waiting for an EMA crossover and you hop in before the thing crosses every day, you're not waiting for the EMA crossover. You're just front running and FOMOing into everything. If I'm waiting for a level on the chart, the high 400s, and every time I put the trade on, it's at 380, you know, or that's an example, I'm just jumping in ahead of time, right? I'm not waiting for anything. So let's see. Again, what's the thesis of this trade? Why? I think I'm dead wrong if we just blast off and we form a big bullish day. If we're going to find any area to reject, I think it's going to be off of this area of high volume. If we don't reject here, where do I think we're going? I'll try to move it over all the way back up here, right? All the way through to like the 750s. I would run this with a couple 100-point stop, nice and wide. Why? I think I got a good reason to come all the way back down to that prior day high. VWAP, volume pointing control from yesterday, which is untested. It's counter to the initial movement. It's counter to the price action and market structure for the rest of the last couple days, right? That's fine. It's why I've said I would like a long better, but I'm not going to have any setup for a long coming at all, really now. Really no setup for a long coming at any point shortly for me. A continuation would be a continuation short, honestly, if that came. So let's see what we get up here. Again, I'm looking for another 30 points higher. And we're going to be looking for a short 1,000 points, or $1,000 worth of risk on this 15K live account. Nothing crazy. I'm still keeping it light. I've continued to take payouts. I talked about scaling. I talked about sizing up. I'm not going to do anything crazy. I got something working. I've scaled way too quickly in the past. I was looking to do the same thing with other sim accounts that I was trading as well, but I took payouts yesterday. I've pushed it into the holidays. This is just personal mindset, right? Psychology, just practical stuff. I've pushed it into the holidays when I'm traveling. I'm trading from different locations, and I've ruined my holidays. And I would just prefer not to do that. I prefer to put 2 payouts like I did yesterday from the TS accounts in my bank account, get some holiday shopping money, and just reset and call it a day. Market doesn't care whether you're traveling or trading, right? So it doesn't make sense from a market standpoint, but sometimes we have to look at a practical standpoint. What makes sense for me, for my mental capital, for my focus, right? This is gonna be the short right here, guys. I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna have one of these weeks. I can tell already. Not chasing this. Waited for the 480s, right? As we started to come up, I'll put a line in the sand today. This way, I don't have to even debate it with myself. High 400s, that's what I was waiting for, right? High 400s, just under the 47,500 level, which I think we can easily test. That's my line in the sand, right? To wait a little bit of a split second there. If I wanted to be short from this level, I would just throw a limit order there. I don't run limit orders, so but I'm gonna throw that line in the sand this way. I don't have to really kick myself if we don't hit my level. What's up from Thailand? What's happening, Pam? What's going on? NM, what's happening? DM, Muhammad, what's up? What's up? Morning all. Mike Z, what's up, man? What's going on? Slothfather on kick. What's happening? Kobe on kick. Happy Thanksgiving, guys, for sure. Happy Thanksgiving. That makes me think we're due for a pullback on Thanksgiving. Bull close. Yeah. We were talking about the bullish close traditionally on the day before Thanksgiving. Every day I'm thankful when I can catch Zach give a university level lecture on trading. Man, I wish this guy was around when I started. Hey, bro, I appreciate that. I wouldn't consider myself a university level lecturer on trading, but I'm thankful for that positive feedback. I'm thankful for all of you guys. I'm thankful for every single person. I say this stuff a lot. I think probably repeat myself a lot, but I'm grateful for everybody that hops on. I really am. Engage with some content, comment, hop on a live session. Don't do any of that. Just come and hang out. I appreciate you being here. Yo, Zach, Juan, what's up? Redbeard, what's going on? Taking a small position long from 47,330. That looks like it would have paid. You're 100 points in the money. Very nice. Mitchell Mitch, what's up? Account winner from this past week. We're waiting on Tradeovate. Adam, what's going on? Glenn B, what's up? What's up? If you pull a fixed range volume profile from October 10th until today, you will see that we are at a volume area high, a micro volume profile. I could see a short back to yesterday's volume point of control. Yeah, nice. Yeah, if that works for you, for sure. Yeah, what Pam asked, what made you pick 1010? Yeah, what made you pick 1010? Is that a news day or something major happened? Sometimes like people like to pull anchored VWAPs or volume profiles from newsprints or from key highs and lows, right? Big turning points in the market. It's kind of an important thing to consider and anchor to. I think a VWAP makes more sense to do that with rather than a volume profile, but I'll let that person answer. Monthly value area high is 47,570. Ooh. Monthly value area high. I like that. There's only one other volume profile that I was looking at, and I would, but I just don't want to add anything else to my chart. Prior week volume profile, right? The prior week high, low, volume point of control, value area high and low. These are key levels, right? I don't really need them because it starts to get redundant where I zoom out, and that's kind of what I have this visible range volume profile for, right? I'm looking at the volume profile over the past how many days of data, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's more dynamic, right? But that's kind of what I do with the visible range volume profile. So then to have another 47 volume profiles overlaid, it starts to just take away from what's going on right here, price action and market structure, for me personally. But I think volume profiles, obviously, it's most primarily what I have in my chart, are helpful. I think they're pretty sweet. Curious why holding to the 480s. I think we talked about that a little bit. Area of high volume, right? If we were going to pop to the upside, it is significantly past this pre-market high. I did not want to get short right above pre-market high. If I wanted to take a short, I want to go to an area, right? A key area of interest. And why does that area of interest, come into play? If I look at visible range volume profile, even if I'm twitchy with it, if I move around a bunch of times, right into that level is a nice high volume node. Where is that volume coming from? All this price action and market structure where we've had key impulsive moves from, right? We've returned to it multiple times. A zone, right? Not exactly the 480s. This is not an exact number. I'm just throwing a line in the chart there. That would be like the bottom end of the zone for me, right? To say it's not valid until we get up there. Volume points of control, right? Some lows from last week, 2 weeks ago, I should say. Potential area of interest for me to say, if I'm wrong on a short here, right? Here's the way that I like to trade. I think we can come back down. I think we can come back down to VWAP. I think we can come back down to a temporary volume point of control, right? A pre-market low, prior day's volume point of control, pattern recognition, right? That's just the the thought there. But even more so than that, it gives me a way to structure risk, which is like more than half of what we need to do here, right? Maybe it looks something like this. That's what we're looking for. It give me a nice 1-to-1 if we come all the way back down to VWAP. Give me a 2-to-1 if we come back down to prior day volume point of control, right? Gives me a way to structure risk, right? And if I'm wrong, if we don't turn the way we're turning here, it looks like maybe we're going to get the movement and I just need to front run all of my levels. If we don't turn and we just come through this level, I'm wrong, right? I'm dead wrong. If we're trading, if we're trading at the 47,650s, right? We are forming a big bullish candle. So, that's probably going to be approaching an average daily range, average session range to the upside. I was completely wrong on the reversion trade, right? It gives me a way to structure risk. So, that's the thought process. That's the thought process around that level. A zone, right? Area of interest. Got close, didn't quite get there, and now we're coming back down to VWAP on this. Going to be invalidated really soon. Would have liked to be short before this. This is going to create a weaker structure for this trade. So we'll see what sets up for today. Again, pretty low expectations for today. It's right before a holiday. I try to keep things reasonable. Annoyed about this one, frustrated. If you guys hopped on late, I won't repeat myself. You could hop on, go over my review right off of the open. You could watch my session yesterday because I articulate exactly what I'm looking at and what I'm doing and not doing. A little more aggressive off the open. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Yep. It ain't the degree that counts. It's the wisdom. It is not the degree that counts. It is the wisdom. But if anybody cares, I do have a business degree. I did go to college. Not that helped me a single drop in trading at all. Right back down to VWAP on this one. Pop to the upside, reversion trade playing out. These are just not moving, not moving as much as I'm anticipating them move off the open, right? Similar to yesterday, right, where this short could have been a play right off of the open, really aggressively. We did get, we were well above prior day high, but not quite all the way up to this level. Pulling back down so far, I think we still move to the upside on this. I really do. See where we go on this one. 9:54 coming up on 10 a.m. Let's see. I'm not intending to have the no trade sessions that I've had over the last couple weeks. I've had a couple of them. I'm doing what I can to stay patient in this account. Wait for really optimal setups for me, or at least good ways to structure risk. Where like I repeat, if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm dead effing wrong, and I get my face ripped off, and I go, complete clear invalidation level. I prefer that to happen than a wick out or like a little bit of a stop run. What? Let's see. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. That made the light bulb go off. If I'm wrong, then I'm dead wrong. Now I get it. That's the way to skip past the FOMO. No entry until you're going to be right or completely wrong. Yep. Absolutely. You got your 350s right here. I can see a retest of the 350s to go long, possibly send it. You're trading 47 350s right now. If you were looking for that move, ES pulling a similar move. NASDAQ pulling a similar move, pops off the open and back to VWAP here on all of these. Kind of interesting. But yeah, again, I can't always get that to happen, right? Like if I'm wrong, I'm dead wrong. If I'm right, I'm really right. But it's just a preference where there are certain styles of trading that you can be early and wrong multiple times, right? You can have direction right, you can have the entry right, but your timing is off. And traders that trade that way, there's nothing wrong with that. But they're essentially trying the same move over and over and over again, maybe from more and more aggressive levels, with very tight stops. And they're comfortable taking small paper cuts over and over and over again until they finally get into the trade that works out. It's just not how I trade. I find that to be very taxing, mentally taxing on capital. You need a ton of conviction and confidence to continue to just get beat up on the way to that win. It can be very profitable. I have traders in my circle, guys that I look up to that trade just like that. And it just doesn't seem to work really well for me. So what I prefer to do is wait patiently for a really clear setup for me, or the clearest thing that I can, still using discretion, right? I'm still using my discretion. and then put full risk on, right? Rather than taking $300 risk trade, $300 risk trade, $300 risk trade, and my daily loss limit's $1,000, for example. I'm just putting the $1,000 on with a 200-point stop loss and say, if I'm wrong, I'm completely wrong. The move is in the other direction. We don't get close to my take profit. We don't do what I needed to do. I'm wrong. I don't want to be wrong, right. It's just, if you're going to do that, you got to trade with much smaller size, maybe micros, traditionally tighter stop losses, right? Maybe go stop loss to break even quickly. But I prefer to do that. I also really do like mean reversion trades. I like really aggressive trades. It's definitely not for everybody. When the market trends right off the bat, you oftentimes just get cooked. And when you look back, you go, all I had to do was take the opposite trade and this thing would have ran for forever. But it also often keeps you at a chop. When you trade from the extremes, this is subjective. When you trade from the extremes, right? You're selling high and you're buying low of a range or of a market movement. You're less likely to get caught in chop than you are if you're buying and selling breakouts. Does one have a higher probability of playing out? That's up for you to decide. But there's a double-edged sword to everything, right? And there's going to be days where you trade a trend and you look like a complete idiot, and there's going to be days where you trade reversals and you look like a complete idiot, and the opposite. You're going to look like a complete genius because you bought on an uptrend. You're going to look like a complete genius because you bought on a gnarly pullback and you bottom ticked it, right? It's just, nothing works all day, every day, and it doesn't have to. Find the stuff that works best for you. As we watch this thing come back down through VWAP, very close to a short entry for me. Just not giving it to me. Not giving it to me today again. Not gonna say that I could be more aggressive on this one. Started to hesitate up there. We started to hesitate. The market. 480s, right? High 400s into that 47,500. Also key psychological level. Front running that into the 450s. Obviously would have paid today, but that's not my setup. Really not my setup. Up here, all these highs and lows, right? That's what I was looking to test. These bad boys in here, right? We already got above all of this. We already got above all of this, right? The 350s, 400s. I was looking for this bad boy right in here. Didn't get that. We're getting our back to VWAP move. Now, where do we go from here? Continuation trade to the downside. I'm really not as interested in it. Really not as interested in it. So now it's going to be wait and see. I don't have a long setting up quickly on this at all. Man, close on a few of these. More discretion. That's where these I start to have too many these days. That's where it leads. More discretion. Allowing myself to be even more discretionary. But let's see. Let's see. Could see retest the 350s go long. Yeah, we talked about that. Send it. Maybe you're getting long right in here. That stop loss on dead wrong calls is a treasure. So true. Yeah. How are you today? Good. Again, you're either going to trade one of two ways, right? You're going to have a invalidation level that is an invalidation level where you say, I'm dead wrong on this trade at this level. I'm entering here. I'm expecting XYZ to happen. I have a good way to structure risk. And I'm dead wrong if price gets to whatever level on the chart. Or you're going to be much more flexible and you're going to try a similar trade over and over and over and over and over again, until you get it right. Or potentially, don't get it right. I don't like the latter as much. And that's just a preference. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with giving yourself, 4 trades, right? You might be someone that wants, 4 trades, and we can both trade with a similar daily loss limit. And you're going to give yourself 4 entries at $250 risk per trade, and I'm going to give myself 1 at 1,000, right? You might be shooting for these smaller movements with a tighter stop loss. I might be shooting for a larger movement, being more patient. There's double-edged swords in multiple areas for both of those general styles because it's not as clear-cut, you know, black and white as that. But back to VWAP here. I'm sure we got a lot of the VWAP traders getting long on this. This is a pretty classic break and retest long off of VWAP if you were a VWAP trader. It's an interesting line in the sand for me. It's not how I use it specifically, that volume-weighted average price. But I am watching what happens here. Are we going to just come right back up to this high? Are we going to break through VWAP, come back down towards overnight lows, Asia-London lows, right in here? Technically, this is the low over here. We're going to come back to that volume point of control. We're just going to continue this move to the upside. We're going to have a very similar movement yesterday, as to yesterday, right? Popped at the open, came back down, maybe not as aggressive where we sweep this pre-market low, but we push back off of VWAP and we continue to the upside, right? So there's a long here. If you wanted it, this is not my trade at all. So I will not be taking this one. But, you know, if you're one of those traders, and if I was one of those traders that wanted 47,000 trades every day, maybe you scalp small stuff like that. Maybe you go like this. Maybe you go, no, this is a fake out. We're going to come right down through this low. This was the BS movement, mean reversion, and continuation. Maybe you're looking for a short. We come back up to the 480s. This 480s is dead now. So just to be clear about this, right? This was the movement. This was the mean reversion, right? The push off the open and then trading from the high 170 points lower, almost 170 points lower, right? We come back up here. This is not a short entry for me, right? Why? Now we have market structure that's formed to the upside. We pushed higher, put a higher low in, held VWAP, and now we're coming back up through the high. That's not a valid short anymore. That's not a mean reversion play. That's not that back to VWAP, you know, back to the area of high volume on Dow that I'm looking for. So, patience here now. Just gonna hang out, watch this, see what else could possibly set up. Continuation long, maybe. Continuation short if you come back down through. Again, not that it's so cut and dry, but I try to differentiate a little bit of what the hell I'm doing between aggressive reversal style trading and more of a continuation style trade. I think we come higher on this, man, but maybe we get the retest down around that pre-market low. We'll see, man. I don't want to have multiple no trade sessions at all, so I'm gonna have to take a look, but no dumb trades. I'm gonna try not to do that. Not yet. Project X crashing out again. Tom Ward, Project X playing games. Uh-oh. Guys, what's going on? Is Project X crashing out again? Oh my gosh. Project X down for me. Oh my gosh. Listen, man. This is time, bro. We're done. We're done here. It's Trade-O-Vate now. Again, I love Project X, guys. If you don't know about all what's going on with Project X, we could talk about it, but you're probably not living under a rock. Project X, I like the platform. I like the user interface. I've had more problems with slippage than I have in the past, but the issues at how frequently it's down, it's unacceptable, dude. Come on. You know, everything is going to have issues. There's a reasonable level, there's an acceptable level. Like, it's not going to be 100% every single day of the year. Same with Trade-O-Vate or Ninja or TradingView or Motive Wave or any of the other ones I could rattle off, Bookmap even. It's going to be some point where, like, they got some kind of connection. But, like, every other week, accounts are getting blown. Every other week, the platform crashes in the middle of everybody trading and it gets jacked up. Like, I don't know, man. Starting to feel like good riddance, unfortunately. Starting to feel like good riddance. So, great time to talk about it, in case you guys are not aware. Top 1 Futures is 57.5% off. Pinned to the top of this chat, you have all of your Black Friday deals, including the Top 1 Futures link right here from the accounts that I'm trading on. Trade-O-Vate, still not live yet today, Wednesday. I'm losing my mind, the same way I'm sure a lot of you guys are. It's coming. It's coming any day now. Keep your eye on it. Hop in the free Discord if you want to hop in the free Discord. Links in the chat, links down below this video. I'll keep you guys updated. As soon as that launches and is ready to go, that's where my focus is going to go. Obviously, I'm going to have to transition from Top 1 Futures in this live account to Tradeovate, but I'm going to look to do that faster than they make me, because that's crazy, man. Crazy. I can't believe they're down again. I see it blow up everywhere, guys. I'd be careful. I'd be extremely careful. Really, really, really careful. For some reason, mine's still rolling right now. I'm not going to mess with it. I'd be extremely careful if they're having problems. Everybody is... I see it in all the chats. I see everybody's complaining. Feeds down. Can't place a trade. Can't modify a trade. Be careful, guys. Get ready to screen record. Yep. I'd be really cautious if you're trading, guys. Really, really cautious.
Have you switched to winter tires yet? No.
Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Yeah, here's the push off of VWAP. This thing's looking strong. This thing is looking strong, but now I'm just reading a couple messages. You can probably hear the Discord going. I'd be cautious, guys. I would be very cautious if you're trading on Project X right now. I'd be ready to screen record if you are putting a trade on. I'd be ready to take a screenshot if you have an issue. Sometimes when stuff like this happens, it's just best to take your foot off the gas. But it's crazy to hear how frequent. And honestly, it's feeling like good riddance. It's feeling like maybe it's for a reason. It's blessings in disguise, right? You know, the reliability of Project X has just been really disappointing this year. And again, I've been a proponent. I've made the videos. I've spoken highly about it. I've debated people on the slippage issues. I've started to talk a little bit more about that. Again, before it was getting taken away, before we were getting Tradeovate. Everything has outages. Everything is going to have an issue at a certain point, but it shouldn't be every other week, man. Like when AWS happened or something, like, right, like everybody's going to be affected to a degree, or a lot's going to be affected. But why? The time change thing, like, why are there so many issues, man? It's a nightmare. Oh, anyway. Tradeovate coming to Top 1 Futures really soon, guys. Really soon. I'll keep you guys updated. Yeah, anytime I switch accounts, it freezes up. They're shafting us, I think. Top Step is frozen. Do you know when Top 1 Futures is transitioning to Ninja Trader and Tradeovate? Any day now, Juan. Tomorrow's Thursday. I'd keep your eyes open. I'd keep your eyes open today. I'd keep your eyes open tomorrow. I'd keep your eyes open for Black Friday. I'm expecting it this week. Expecting it any day now. I've been expecting it every single day, so we'll see. Q4's price action lately has been a drag. I shut down most evals, working on small accounts. Trading will see me next year. Nice. Interesting, all the affiliates who are streaming have access, though. Let's see. I'll be honest, Kim. If I refresh this, I got a really good feeling that it's not going to work. I got a really good feeling that it won't work if I refresh it. And Top Step X is not working for me. Trying to load Top Step X on a second screen, not working for me at all. I have Top Step accounts, obviously. I was posted payouts from 2 Top Step accounts yesterday. Top Step is not working at all. Complete blank screen. I'm talking in a Discord with multiple other peeps from Top 1. Majority are saying that it's okay for them. No issues here, but my chat is having issues. You know, I said mine is still running, but everybody else is having issues. Yeah, not good. Not good. And again, I'm happy to be on here as a partner and affiliate and tell you I'm not stoked about it at all. There's been hella problems. Again, I like Project X. I like the user interface. I hate that they're ripping the plug from everybody, but too many issues, man. Too many issues. Trading is hard enough as it is. It's just too much. There's an acceptable level. A couple times a year, right? Maybe. What feels like every other week, you can't trade. It's a wrap, man. Get ready for Tradeovate. Get ready for TradingView. Get ready for NinjaTrader. Whatever you want to trade on. Project X is cooked. I don't know, man. Maybe, I don't know. They might do something completely different with it. I have no idea. But I really don't. At this point, it feels good that it's like having more problems, because it's like, well, even if you like it, you know, it's gonna burn you. So yeah, it's a wrap for Project X. Should we wait to get? Oh, you have accounts? No Tradeovate accounts yet, guys. No Tradeovate accounts coming up soon. Coming up really soon. If we take advantage of the special top of futures, can we wait until Tradeovate? We have to start with Project X. They're gonna have it, guys. They're gonna have it soon. Any day. Any day. Project X is buns. Do you know what they'll do with Project X accounts once they kick us off altogether in February? I'm a dreamer that I'll still have my account, taking payouts regularly at that point. Pam, it's a good question. We talked about it yesterday. If you guys don't know, we'll just run through it really quick. We got a bunch of people on. I don't have a setup here, and half your guys' platforms are down. Everybody's having issues, so I don't know. You know what? I'll probably take one if it sets up, and you can watch maybe it screw up for me on here. That'll be fun. We'll burn a trade in a live account. Here's the clarity on this whole situation real quick. I'll try to make it fit, like, short and sweet. Project X last weekend sent an email, 2 weekends ago, Saturday, sent an email to all third-party, or what seemed like all third-party prop firms, everybody except for Top Step, who allegedly owns or is the controlling person behind Project X, that said, you're not going to have Project X anymore. End date of February 28th. We're rolling it back. It seems like nobody's going to have it except for Top Step, but I can at least confirm for Top 1 Futures and many other prop firms that were offering Project X, they're not going to have Project X come February 28th of next year. I expect that they will all stop selling Project X accounts relatively shortly, and they will transition everybody to whatever the new platform that they have to offer is. For Top 1 Futures and many others, it's the premier trading platform for the futures space. Tradeovate, NinjaTrader, TradingView. Tradeovate and NinjaTrader are the same company, in case you didn't know. You can log into TradingView. You probably know what TradingView is, through Tradeovate and trade directly on TradingView. So it's kind of like a 3-pack of these bad boys. No issue there, right? All good and well. But there is definitely a transition period for traders, you know, to come off of Project X and onto a different platform if you're not comfortable. Pam asks, what happens if you're on a Project X account and you make it all the way to February 28th and you're taking payouts and you're holding on to it? They have, no prop firms that I've seen so far have rolled out a completely clear structure. I think a couple were like, you know, offering different transitions and stuff like that. I'm assuming for Top 1 Futures, I can tell you nobody's going to be hung out to dry, man. I can't see that as an option at all, unless they tell you way early on and you got to do something different. At the end of February 28th, like you mentioned, you're a dreamer to say you still have to take the account. They're going to stop selling them soon. Almost nobody, as sad as this is, holds on to accounts for multiple months. There will be very, very, very few people that are actually actively trading and not just a dormant account that have a Project X account at that date if they stop selling it within the next few weeks, which I expect everybody to. At that point, it would be one of two options. They're going to kick you over, force transition to a Tradeovate account where you say you're done on February 28th, and on March 1st, you're trading a Tradeovate account with the same metrics. Or they just let you keep trading until you lose the account, or you change and you go to a live account, a pre-live account, in which case it would be TradingView. Tradeovate. One of those two options. So buy the Project X accounts, you know, if you want. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? They are still selling them actively, no problem. They have support for the next few months. They're going to, you know, offload and transition, but I'm not worried about it at all in the slightest bit. I'm more frustrated that we have to change in the first place, right? I'm more frustrated about the problems with Project X in the first place. The transition is they're going to have the new accounts, and you know, everybody's going to get kicked over. But they're going to stop selling, you know, pretty soon, Project X accounts, all firms. And as unfortunate as this is, majority of traders do not hold on to evals and funded accounts for multiple weeks, let alone multiple months. That's just the fact. So it's probably not going to be many at a lot of firms that have a Project X account that, you know, have to get transitioned over. There will certainly be some, and it's going to be one of those two options. I think it'll be the first. I think they're going to say you have up until February 28th to transition. You know, here's a form to fill out. You know, we look at your account. You know, you swap over for a day. On February 28th, we're going to automatically swap you over, or they let you continue trading. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be a wrap. No issue for me. Nice. Ninja Trader is 22 years old. They've been in the game. Project Top Step X is still in infancy stage. Yep. Completely still in infancy stage. Bad part of Top Step remove other platforms, so no Tradeovate there. Yeah. So Top Step went the complete other way, where they said no other platforms. You have to trade on one specific platform. I'm not a fan of that. I don't know why anyone would be a fan of it, especially if they own the platform and they're saying that nobody else will have access or any information on the platform. I am not a fan of monopolizing data like that or platforms, but I'm also just a fan of choice, right? I think you hear the way that I talk about stuff. I like Project X. I like Top 1 Futures. I'm going to be working on Tradeovate. I don't know if those are the best options for you. I have no idea. You might be a Sierra Charts trader or a Bookmap trader, and you've been trading on those for, you know, trading on Ninja Trader for 22 years, like this person just mentioned. And now the prop firm that you've been with for 12 years that's offered that platform says, you know what? We know what's best for you. It's the platform that we own and are going to make the most money from. And that's where most traders are taking payouts because, you know, for XYZ data, you're going to trade on that platform. I don't know. I've never been a proponent for that. Every time I talk to the Top 1 Futures team, I'm like, get more platforms. Get more platforms, guys. Open or offer more platforms. Offer Tradeovate, Ninja Trader, TradingView. Offer other platforms. Get Rhythmic. Get other ones. You know, if you can, why would you not want to give power of choice to the traders? Right? You know, what is this like? I feel like the government. You're going to tell me what's best and what's safe and not safe for me. It's all of those BS regulations and rules on leverage and hedging and, you know, and all of these things. It's not in your best interest, man. None of that stuff's in your best interest. Anyway, I wouldn't enter anything right now. Project X crashing out. Yep. Sounds like a good time to run the Ducks. We're going to run the Ducks. Don't worry. Even if you have Project X now, you don't. So tired of this. Yep. I would agree. I'd be really, 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 really careful. 3 active XFAs in a trade. Sites crashed. Oh. Screenshots, guys. Nate, take a screenshot. Sorry, I don't mean to get loud about it. Nate, take a screenshot. Start screen recording. Do something. Screen record. Take a screenshot. Create data. Start now, right away. If you can't, you know, try to go on your mobile phone and take a screen record. Do something. Do something that when you reach out to support, you can show them what the problem was. Create some backup. If you hopped on late because we got, you know, hundreds of people. Not hundreds. Yeah, we're over 100 across platforms. If you hopped on late, Project X having hella issues again. Big surprise. If you're in a trade, if you're about to take a trade, screen record, take a screenshot, do something. It's blacked out on Top Step X for me, so it's completely blacked out. Bro, it's comical, guys. This is comical. This is really comical. Oh, there you go. We're aware of the issues. We got an alert from Top Step. We're aware of the issues where traders are unable to close open positions. Status. We're looking into platform-wide issues, investigating. We're aware of an issue impacting positions that are currently affecting all traders. Until we resolve it, we recommend you pause trading. This is from Top Step. Our team is investigating and working to get the platform back up as quickly as possible. Thanks for your understanding. We know time in the markets is valuable, and we'll keep you posted. I don't know, bro. The jokes write themselves. I'm not even gonna say them. I'm literally not even gonna say it. The jokes are writing themselves on this one. We have all of the traders' best interests in our minds, and we're gonna make sure that you're on the one platform that continues to have issues and crash. Oh my God, man. No, not good. Not good. Anyway, guys, I'd be cautious. I have obviously the platform streaming live in front of you guys here. I don't know if I enter a trade, what will happen. I don't know that I want to test it with you guys, but it's a live account. But I know top one would do right by me. We could test it out together. Take some screen recordings, guys. I'm sorry if you're having an issue. I really am. Take some screen recordings. So disappointing. It's really disappointing because I like this platform. I really do. I like the user interface. I like the risk settings. I like the trading view chart. I find it very fast. It's really disappointing that we're coming off of it. Anyway, Ace Trade all at once. It's a learning curve. Great, yeah, learning curve. I've had my accounts on top one for 6 months. Hell yeah! There you go. Yep, I got you beat. I have a XFA that I've taken multiple payouts from with Top Step that has been active since January. It's almost dead. I will share that it's almost dead. Unfortunately, it lasted almost 100 trading days. I think I was at like 90 something trading days. I'll take a bunch of screenshots before I unfortunately lose it. But yeah, if you're not a degenerate and you're trading slowly, you can hold on to accounts. If you want to be aggressive, which I've been way more aggressive with Top Step, and I've lost multiple accounts. You know, it doesn't usually go that way, but yep. Good morning, everybody. What pair do you trade most? YM, and it's a U.S. indice. It's a contract, not a pair. Choice is the best. Choice is in the best interest. Yeah. We know what's best for you. As soon as somebody says that, not good. We want choice. Yep. I don't even know if I am in a trade. It crashed. Oh God. I don't know if I don't mean to laugh. This is not funny. Listen, here's what I will say. Here's what I will say. At very least, the firms have done right by everybody through the issues, right? They've given out resets. They've given out, you know, XFAs and funded accounts and, you know, this type of stuff, but it still sucks. If we get back above 47,400, I'll take a small long to the high. Nice. Problem is nothing to record. Went black. Oh. Easy way to get rid of all old XFAs. Crash the servers after they rolled it out. Oh, Nate. Nate's got his tinfoil hat on, but it don't sound too tinfoily to me. X is going to be fun for Top Step today. Yeah, they've been getting cooked. They've been getting absolutely cooked. The rule changes and stuff, you know, it's... Listen, man, I'm partnered and affiliated with a competitive firm, and I think it's stupid when I see Top Step partners and affiliates tell themselves that they're not Top Step partners and affiliates, talking shit about every other firm, right? Like, it's biased. I still trade with Top Step. I think Top Step is one of the best opportunities for an eval model. They have very unique things that are very different than instant funded accounts and Top One and most of the stuff that's out there. Does that mean I have to like all of the other stuff that's going on? Like, I can't trade right now. It's completely black and an issue. The way that they've made changes, the things that they've done to their partners and affiliates, no. But, you know, I'll give you my comments. They've been getting roasted, man. Anyway, but we've got roasted before, so, you know, everybody's biased. Communication is everything, though. Don't crash in Hive. Yeah. A screen recording of what? An effing black screen? Guys, I'm not laughing at you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're dealing with it. I really am. I'm still no trade, obviously. We're talking about the Project X issues. I'm still no trade. This looks like we want to push the highs. Looks like we want to have that nice bullish close that we've had 70% of the time over the last few years for the day before Thanksgiving. Looks like we're going to be coming up on initial balance high and low pretty soon. You know what? I'm going to take one with you guys. I'd love to do it in a not live account, though. I really would. No, still can't get into Top Step. For me, either. Just out of curiosity. Crazy, man. Crazy. Tell me you couldn't write it when a brother tries to make a living. Always a stupid hill I've got to get over. It's ridiculous. For real, I have 3 XFAs looking to take packs. Cooked in shorts in some size. Unreal. Crazy, man. Conspiracy theories are all true. I'm enjoying holidays, so no trade for me. Just hop on. You're live and enjoying pizza. Yeah, man. Listen, hang out. Twitter will be fun to watch today. Yeah, nobody is shooting at us. It's a good day. Take it easy. Yeah. No, it's frustrating though. I echo you. I empathize with it. It's trading. It's just trading. It's platform issues, but it's certainly frustrating when you're doing well with a firm and it's the only platform that they offer and they continue to have issues. Especially if they're saying that nobody else can have the platform and they're only going to offer that platform. Blessing in disguise. I don't know. Maybe they're just going to run it into the ground and we're going to have to come off of Trade Evade and it's not even going to feel bad. It's easing my pain of having to transition off of this. It really is, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I don't want to be on a platform that's constantly crashing and having issues. Man, I appreciate your dedication. Almost all traders are on holiday. Only real G trade on holidays. All my Top Step transactions were rejected today also. Ooh, that's bad too. Yeah, man, I'll be off tomorrow. Right? No trading on Thanksgiving. I had a couple days off, so I won't say that I'm always on, but I appreciate you. Appreciate you guys being here. A friend of mine is Top Step is stuck in a trade. Yeah, they're aware of it now. They're saying it, so I agree. Goal is to allow traders to learn to trade. Why learn a platform that can't be used in a live environment? Yeah. I think they're going to offer a live environment pretty soon, but up until that point, it doesn't make any sense either. I agree. In these times, I remember DMX's song, X Gon' Give It To You. Yep. The F is this barcode. Let's see. What do we got on NQ? I'm sure a lot of you guys looking at NQ. Yuck. Yucky. Ew. Oh no, blessing in disguise, bro. Let the Project X issue happen. This is gross. This is gross. YM holding it, but hell of a gap on that one. See, now I'm like scared. I'm like, all right, let me check TradingView and see if that data looks the same. Like, is there really a gap here on YM, or is this something jacked up going on? It's accurate. It's accurate. Crazy. So, guys, I know, just to clear this up, are any of you on Top 1 Futures with a Project X account that are having an issue right now? Because I know everybody's complaining about Top Step. I'm assuming if it's them, it's all of Project X. Are any of you specifically on Top 1 Futures trading right now and you're having an issue, or do I have to try to put a trade on here with you guys to test it myself? Nope, mine's working. Top 1 seems to be working. But didn't risk it. Top 1 and trading okay. Works for me. Okay. Top 1 is good to go. Good. Good. Crazy. Sorry, guys. I'm reading some messages now. So, yeah, Top 1 overall is looking good. Can't log into my top 1 account. Okay. Top 1 is good to go. Not me. Okay, so mixed here. All good for me. Laggy, don't do it. Laggy, and I couldn't manually get out. I had to move limit orders. It was in a long from ES around VWAP. Nice. Interesting. Interesting chat. Yeah, so, you know, this is the session so far, guys. Coming off of just talking about the issues. 1033. Was looking for a really aggressive short around the 480s, right? The high 400s, 47,500s. Had I gotten something like this, like that's actually exactly what I was looking for. Had I gotten something like this, I would have been holding at very least through VWAP. Sorry, I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. At very least through VWAP. Had I taken something like in here, for example, right? With my standard stop loss somewhere around this level, would I have taken profit? Sorry, would I have taken profit here, like right at the low of this move? Probably not. You know, I'd be holding probably for a break of pre-market overnight lows, if not this level down here, right? This prior day session volume point of control. So I'm not too upset about no trades so far. A little more aggressive would have been cool to get in. You know, maybe I'm smart enough to manage my trade and go stop loss to break even on something like this. Continuation play to the upside right off of VWAP is just a little bit aggressive in my book. So, you know, that would be like starting to work out, but nothing really too exciting here so far. So, you know, it's just to kind of wait and see. ES and NQ looking much uglier. They look like they want to make a move to the upside right now. But both of those looking much choppier. Someone was saying, what is this barcode? Like this was looking pretty ugly until we started to make a decision here. Really strong CVD on cumulative volume delta for ES. This is indeed looking like we want to pop to the upside. But have to move limit orders, laggy. Let's see top step. No, I can't get in. I can't get into any of the top step accounts. So. Crazy, man. Crazy. Yeah, let's test it, guys. I'll test it with you. I'll test it with you. Let's throw a micro on and see what happens here. I'm gonna mark it in with one long, really just to test this with you guys. See if we start lagging out. See if we do anything crazy here. This is not gonna be a real serious trade. So let's see if we pull back a little bit more here.
Order filled.
In long, one micro. Looks like we're filling correctly. I probably have a stop loss and a take profit way down here. Let's go ahead and see if we have a take profit order like right in here that can get hit. Maybe that we don't go for a 10-second trade so we don't get in trouble.
order filled.
Yep. Working okay for me, guys. Working okay for me. It doesn't mean that it's going to work smoothly for you. This is a different account, right? So the pre-live and live accounts are inherently different, and I don't have a sim account with them to test, so that could be an issue. I like to try to be transparent, right? And I don't know if they would be super stoked when we're having it when Project X is having an issue that I'm putting a trade on to watch it mess up, but I'm happy to show you if it's working or not for me. So looks to be working so far. So a whopping $2.76. I can buy nothing. So we'll see. We'll see. Very choppy price action. I'm walking away, taking a break. We are following some of the price action yesterday where we have aggressive open, aggressive sell off, but start climbing back up. Yep. Justice is sweet. Top X. Yeah. Oh man. I don't know, guys. I do believe in higher powers. I do believe things happen for a reason. The universe has a really, really funny way of sorting things out, and I'm not laughing at anything inherently. It's just, some of the way that this stuff starts to pan out and things play out is interesting to watch. So we'll see, man. Again, issues happen. Seems like there's been a lot on Project X. Tradeovate soon, real soon, guys. I think it's going to be a great time, whether you want to or not, to get comfortable on Tradeovate. If you're trading with multiple prop firms, I think that's going to be your smartest option, right? You want to be trading on stuff that's available at everyone, unless you're just going to trade at one prop firm, which I don't see many people do anymore these days, although they do like to focus up. I think my game plan is going to be TradingView, a TradingView chart. I don't love the lag of the candlesticks printing, but it allows me to use all my tools that I'm familiar with. I can set alerts. I can trade from my mobile, trade from my desktop. I might mess around with Tradeovate a little bit, just do some testing, try some different things. I like the automated trade management things, but I'm probably going to start on Tradeovate. Excuse me, on TradingView. I'll log in through Tradeovate to TradingView to trade live with you guys here. So coming up soon. Coming up soon. Didn't have a chance to set when I was... Gosh. I always set it as soon as the trade triggers. I attempted to mark it in. Yep, sure. As soon as you back up. Kim, you don't have the brackets. I only use them when I set a limit order and can't watch. Like if I am at work otherwise. So here's a W for the brackets, right? You shouldn't need to think like this. But we do have to think like this. Like on a live account especially, I think you should enter every single order with a take profit and stop loss automatically, not just I drag it out as soon as I get in, exactly for reasons like that, because at very least you have no firms don't require stops. Most firms don't require stops, because at very least, in a situation where what happened to you guys happens, you are in the market with a stop loss and take profit, or at very least, you attempted to be in the market with a stop loss and take profit, and that can be shown. Crazy things happen, right? There's stories of traders that, enter the market, right, and then immediately, drag out a stop loss and take profit, or they do a calculation, set one, and a news event breaks, a missile hits a third world country, and all of a sudden the market rockets, and they're in a live account, and they're down, 20% in a split second. It's not common, but it could be okay to do that. For the most part, there's plenty of traders that don't ever use a stop loss or a take profit because you're in prop accounts. There's a DLL on this account. Even there's guys that trade like prop live accounts. They don't use a stop loss because there's a DLL. There's a soft breach DLL, right? So like there was a stop loss in there. You're probably going to catch it before then. You don't want to have a stop loss order. It messes with you psychology. Like I see all that too, So it doesn't have to be one way or the other, but if you want a fail safe in there, and it's something that I've done on personal live accounts, like I've really tried to do, I don't like to hit buy with multiple minis and not have a stop loss in as soon as the order's on, right? Even if it's farther away, even if it's like you put it at like, you know, really far away, 500 points or something, just to have something in there, right? Like, you know, you put it on, the thing crashes, you put it on and you have a, you know, I don't know, you fall asleep for a second. Like, you know, it's not common stuff, but fail safe type deal. Also, for me, the way that I think, and because I've had it happen to me before in the Forex market, if you have a limit order that you forget about, if you have a take profit and stop loss that maybe doesn't get canceled, if you have some limit or stop order in the market that you don't remember, and that fills and you don't automatically have a bracket going in, you are in the market with no idea, with no stop and target. So for me, being a little bit of an idiot sometimes, like on an account like this, I know at very least, like even if I'm messing around and I'm like, oh, you know, I have a limit order up here and I do something stupid and I change over, or I'm on, you know, whatever, and like I don't remember this, I get off, this fills. If I don't have a automatic bracket that would get filled with this order, I'm cooked, right? You know, luckily there's a DLL on this account, but maybe on another account there's no DLL, the account's gone. At very worst, I'm taking $1,000 L, right? You saw the automatic bracket that comes in as a take profit and stop loss, $1,000. And I almost never leave it there. You always see me get rid of stuff, move stuff around, but it's just like a, you know, safety net. Use the safety net. Like, why would you not? So, some stuff to think about. I've seen guys, even that trade with no stop loss, like technically they don't use a stop loss, they run an emergency stop. They'll enter long here, and like, they would be cooked if it came down here, but they have a stop loss like somewhere down here, like just as an account protection type of deal, right? Emergency stop, you know, they call it, type of deal where like you don't want that to be hit, but I don't know, you know, China says something about tariffs and we rocket 1,000 points, like insane, you know, something blows up, right? Think crazier things have happened. Flash crash type of deal. No, anyway. Project X back and working now. I should say most of the firms I've had funded accounts with them require evals are another story. Yeah. No, it's cool. I hear that. I haven't traded at any futures prop that has required a stop loss. Okay, all good for me. Traded on enter, going to set up brackets now. Yeah, just even if it's fail-safe brackets, right, guys? Like even if it's like your risk per trade is like, you know, $500 and your, you know, take profit's gonna be 1,000, put the stop loss at like 1,500 or something, like it, just so you never like go too. But something like, well, you could always drag it. How can we win the instant account? You can hang out on here because there's gonna be a form that drops pretty soon. We're gonna do a giveaway for an instant funded account, or you could hop on Twitter. Tommy, Zach, the problem was only on Top Step X, not the other firms. Not what we heard so far in here, but maybe you guys jumped the gun. I'm not sure. It sounded like multiple people were having issues across Project X, but I can't confirm that. That would be hysterical if it was only Top Step. I don't know how that even happens. Morning, Zach. Hope you enjoy your holiday and hunting this weekend. Yeah, I wrapped up hunting, Big Frank. I wrapped up hunting. No big buck for me, but time well spent with family. I am back around family this weekend. Be enjoying some Thanksgiving. Top one as well. Okay, yeah, Kim's saying that the top one had issues as well. Yeah. Usually, just to be clear about this, guys, usually if there's an issue with Project X, there's an issue with Project X, right? Project X is the platform. It would be an issue with Project X, and then all firms on Project X would have an issue, right? Like kind of like if Tradeovate had an issue, everybody on Tradeovate would have an issue regardless of what broker or firm that you're with, right? That type of deal. Do you have a trade copier in Project X? Yeah, there's an in-house trade copier in Project X. I am not copy trading. I am in one live account. This is a top one futures, technically a pre-live 15K account that you get moved to. They do not let you have, like most firms outside of one that's out there, they do not let you have multiple live accounts. One singular live account. Yeah, today's the last trading day for me. Can you use bracket orders when you copy with Project X? Yeah. Yeah. You can use bracket orders. You can set the same way that I have in the settings. You can set the risk settings to have a dollar amount, take profit, and stop loss that gets entered with every trade. And that can be for each individual account as well. Able to log into Project X via Quant Tower data loads. There you go. Workaround. Yeah, overall, this is looking bullish, guys. I'm looking at this as going to be another one of these really nice, nice bullish prior day to. We talked about this. Some of these trivial statistics, they are statistics. They are objective statistics, but I don't find the stuff like for an individual day to be so strong. But people were talking about the day after Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving, the stats for the day before Thanksgiving. You can ask, you can just Google it. You could back test it. You could ask ChatGPT. For YM, I think I'm getting it right. It was 4 out of the last 5 years. The day before Thanksgiving closed green. 8 out of the last 10 years. And if you went back 20, it dropped off a little bit. It was like 14 out of the last 20 years. So I think the average was 70% of the time, about 70% of the time, the day before Thanksgiving is going to be a green close, or historically has been a green close. Let's talk about that correctly. Is that helpful? Not really. Like, I find stats around initial balance, over the last few months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, things like that to be more helpful than like the day before Christmas every year is green. Like, it's there, the stats there, We'll see if it plays out this year. We'll see if we close green today across all the US indices. But that's looking like really similar structure to yesterday, right? Like somebody mentioned in the chat, exactly. Aggressive open, a little bit of a pullback, holding VWAP, continuation to the upside. Kind of the exact same thing that we're doing. Aggressive open, pullback. We did not come all the way back down the way we did on this one. Holding VWAP, pushed in the upside. We have the IB high formed second, right? Here's the statistic. The initial balance is the first 1 hour opening range from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Eastern. You can pull this up in Edgeful if you wanted to. Which I'm going to do right now. And the statistics behind this are, we know historically by a strong percent which side is more likely to break first. We know if one side breaks, regardless of which side breaks first, we're not likely to come back down and break the other side by a strong percent, over 70%. We also know that if we break one side, not only do we not typically come down to break the other side, right? Like if we break the high, we typically don't come back down and break the low, and vice versa. We typically don't just sweep it. We typically extend by an average amount, right? Look at yesterday's IB high and low. Here was our IB high. Here was our IB low. How did that play out, right? We put the IB high in first. We put the IB high in second. The data would suggest that this side was more likely to break first. That stat did not hold. But the statistic of which side breaks and then we don't come back down and break the other side held. We broke out the top. We didn't come back down and break the bottom. And we also didn't just sweep the top. We extended quite a bit to the upside. Does that always play out? No. Does it give you some edge, like in the sense of a percent of one thing happening over another exactly? No. It's a historical pattern that we look for in price action, market structure, back testing, volume, indicators, whatever it is. You guys want to check that out? Link is in the top of the chat to that Black Friday deal. This is Edgeful. Again, I'm partnered. I'm affiliated. I don't yap about them too much because I think some people overstate this stuff. But I think since I'm talking about the stat behind it, here's what we're looking at, right? 71.21% of the days over the last 1 year, and you can adjust this. You can adjust everything. When we broke one side, we did not come back down and break the other side, right? Only 3.89% of the days did we not break either side. Do we stay right here after setting this range, right? Again, there's 100 other reports that you could look at, right? All of these different versions of this specific report, and then this is just one report, right? Here, look at all the different reports that you have here. You know, not just for ranges, but many different things, right? If you look at what's in play, I think it's going to show you a ton of, it'll show you a ton of different reports. Gap fill, opening candle continuation is a pretty interesting one. Average daily ranges, right? Session ranges, previous day's range, previous day's highs and lows. Things around specific times of the day, like the end of the day, power hour, right? Interesting stats from Edgeful. Shout out Edgeful if you want to check them out. They are linked in the top. Again, I'm partnered, I'm affiliated, I stand to make money. Do your own research. I think that stuff could be helpful. You can shortcut, I think, a lot of back testing using some stuff like that, and just give you some awareness, maybe some confidence or caution around how you're trading, right? If every day you look for a sweep of the first 1 hour high for a break of the first 1 hour low, you're trading against a really gnarly stat. You know, on power hour, right? If you're shooting for a new high of day or a new low of day in the last hour of the trading session, you're trading against a really strong statistic of one thing happening over another. Something that happens 8 out of 10 days, right? You know, that we don't put a new high or low in the last hour of trading. It's pretty strong. So things like that could be helpful. Anyway, guys, I'm hanging out, yapping, talking to you because I don't really have a setup on this at all. It's another one of these effing weeks, man. I'm getting bored on this price action. Yesterday could have been something. Today, maybe we just stair step it and grind to the upside. You know, run it long. You want to run it long? I don't have one on this. We'll see. I'm not going anywhere just yet. We'll see what we start to do. But this feels like the slow creep to the upside to close out ahead of Thanksgiving. Right now I trade CFDs. No. CFDs are trash. Everyone in their strange names today. I feel like I walked into a sauna with a mug of coffee and caught everybody with their clothes off. Sounds great. Thanks for answering. What about the Trump years, though? Stats do not apply. I missed how we know which way is most likely to break. Okay. Let me pull this report up. I skipped right past that. You didn't miss it. That's why. I only showed one of the reports that I was talking about. Let's see if I can pull this up while I'm reading other stuff in the chat. I don't have a trade really coming up right now, guys. So I'm talking about some statistics around the first 1 hour opening range. I think it is called buy rejection. Okay, here we go. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry. Pam, who asked in the chat, I said based on which side forms first, there's a statistic that says which side is more likely to break first, right? If you think about this logically, it would kind of make sense, right? If we go like this for the first 1 hour, right? We form the IB high first. We form the IB low second. The IB low is more likely to break out first. That's the side that we're most likely to break. This one is logical. Like, not all of them make a lot of sense like this. But traditionally, the side that we form last is the side that we're trading closest to. Like, right? Like, you know, usually as the IB low, if we formed it second, is forming, you know, near that 10:30 a.m. We're pretty close to it. Like, do we usually reject from down here and come right through the top like yesterday? Not usually. So that one's kind of an obvious one. Not all of them are obvious, right? But here's the report. It's called the initial balance by rejection, right? Is this the sub report? And if you look at what we got going on here, it actually explains it down here. It shows you initial balance form first, high, initial balance low form second. First break of initial balance was the IB low, which is more likely to happen. Here's the stats behind it. Not as strong as the one side breaking over another, but pretty damn close, right? So if the make sure I read it right. First break of IB low. If the IB, which one is this measuring? There we go. Sorry. IB high. I was looking where. I was like, where does it say IB high firm force first? Because these were the two things. If the IB high is formed first, which side is more likely to break? The IB low. First break of IB low has occurred 67.46% of the days. Right? Still pretty strong stat. Right? There's a nice skew there. If the IB low is formed first, we come down and we form the IB low first, and then we form the IB high second. First break is the IB high, 70% over the last year of data, right? You know, we can go like 2 years of data and see what this looks like, right? Yeah, similar. Very similar. So again, you have so many different reports like this, and it can get a little bit too much, but I think if you're trading like I am, for example, why do I like this? Even though I don't trade it exclusively, I don't trade the IB breakout, I don't trade the orb, right? If I'm trading during the first hour of the NYSE session, primarily, and there's a strong statistic of what's happening, specific days, right? Based on this opening range, I at least want to be aware of it, right? I can hold it in the back of my mind to create some context around market movements. And the way that I look at this stuff, right? You can get this from other data providers. Edgeful's pretty sweet. It's a paid subscription. Again, I'm partnered, I'm biased, I'm affiliated. I look at this like backtesting, right? Like this is what you would look for in backtesting. If you were backtesting something over and over and over and over again, you would probably notice a pattern. Hey, if we're moving, to the upside, cracking above the high that we put in within the first 1 hour, we typically don't come back down and break that low within the first 1 hour, right? We typically extend, we typically continue. That's the thought process here, right? If we trend to the upside, we come back down, we put a low in there, we typically break that low and continue to the downside, right? Backtesting is going to show you that. Maybe you're a numbers person, you have a preference towards, thinking of things in a more statistical way. Maybe you just don't want to backtest and you I trade power hour every day and I want to know about all of the market movements that I possibly can for the last 1 hour on NQ over the last 6 months. I want all of these different averages, right? What's that range? How far do we typically move in that last 1 hour? Do we typically put a high and low in? If we have a bullish day, what typically happens? If we have a bearish day, what happens? If we're outside of prior day's high or low, what happens? All of these things can be, used to your advantage to a degree. Is it all you need, right? Is it an edge in itself? No, absolutely not. It's not that simple. I wish it was. But I think these things can be helpful. So, and I do like it because they're objective, right? It's not my opinion. It doesn't feel bullish. It doesn't look bullish. It is, once this happens, over the last historical data, 70% of the time, one thing has happened over another. Does that mean it's going to happen today? No. Past is not predictive of future, performance and results. We understand that. But you can use, which is what we do, historical patterns, movements in the market, technicals, fundamentals, as potential influence to how we're going to trade, right? Day in and day out. A way to structure risk, maybe an indication of one thing that's more likely to happen over another, right? And it's pretty clear cut. So hope that helps.
Mike Keppel here, Patriot Software's founder.
Why are we listening to ads on the stream? Let's get something a little more upbeat rolling. There we go. 11 o'clock, guys. You know what time it's about to be. We're going to get somebody funded here today. So we broke the IB high. Right, we are following both of these statistics so far, right? Let's see if we come down and break the low. We know that over 70% over the last year, 2 years of data, we don't come back down and break this low, right? Or we have not come back down and broken the IB low. I should speak correctly about it. I didn't show the report. We can go through more of these reports, right, guys? But there's an average extension. There's an average amount, right? If we break the high or we break the low, how far do we typically extend? There's also, Dwayne was pulling out some really interesting stats behind this. there's a percent of this, right? Now that we have the IB high and low, once we break the high, there's statistics around how far we typically retrace into the IB high and low, right? So these are all market movements that you can look at. Bullish, man. Bullish. This is just going to be one of those weeks. Anyway, that's what we got going on. Masterclass, baby. Yeah. Inside the form second. Yep. Is more likely to break first. Can I trade? Let's see. Let's see. Is it a futures contract? What you're asking to the person that asked what they can trade on top one? W, duck races. Yeah, this PA is chalk. I'm long MES. Nice. Got it. Thanks for going back over that. No problem. Crazy stats. I trade the orb. That's maybe a game changer. Yeah. Orb's a probable one. Do you think with trades will be voided? I had a personal target to pass my eval and got liquidated. I have no idea. Especially if you're asking for top step. I have no idea what they do nowadays. No idea. Too many problems though. Way too many problems on Project X. Way too many problems. All right, guys, we're hanging out. Yeah, somebody said duck races. You know what time is about to be, guys. Let's run this up. We got 74 people, 75 people on the live. I'm gonna throw this in all of these. 100 likes on the YouTube live session. We're gonna run the giveaway. It's about to be giveaway time, guys. Here's what we got rolling today. I hyped it up, so I'm gonna keep it hyped up. We got a holiday tomorrow. It's Thanksgiving. I'm thankful. I'm very thankful for a lot of things in my life. So thankful for so many things in my life. But the one that I'm going to talk about here quickly is I'm thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for anybody that's here on the live session right now that ever tunes in, that watches any of my content. I'm thankful if you are in the community, if you comment, you like, subscribe, let alone come out to a live event. You use a code, you use code RDF, you click a link, you support me, support the stream, support the guys that I'm partnered and affiliated with. You don't do any of that. You watch my stuff and you find that it's not helpful for you and you move on. I'm still thankful for that you stopped by, you clicked on something. I really am. I'm grateful for all of you guys. I would not be talking to myself, honestly. I'd be streaming to myself, which I was when I started. It'd be pretty boring to be in a community by myself. So it's not without you guys to build the community, right? The community is all of you. It's not just me. So I appreciate you guys being here. I'm very thankful. And to express some more of that thankfulness, we're going to run multiple duck races today. More than one duck race. How many exactly? We're going to have to see. I don't know. There's so many people pulling the strings back here. No, I'm just kidding. I always make a joke that I don't know. Everybody says it's just me. Like just me behind my computer. I'm going to run a couple duck races for you guys. We'll see. We'll run multiple duck races today. We're going to get multiple people funded. They are going to be for the 50K Ignite instant funded accounts. No challenge, no activation fee, no time limit. The one disclaimer, and now I have multiple people waiting. The one disclaimer is I'm waiting for Tradeovate to send these accounts out. I have multiple giveaways that I've run for people that need Tradeovate accounts. I'm doing what I can to get you on an account that has an indefinite level of support. I want to hear reviews. I want to hear feedback from people on them. So I am inclined to give you Tradeovate accounts. If you won yesterday, you won the day before, you don't have an account yet, I know. I have your email. Do not fret. Everybody gets what they win. I've slipped up and sent stuff to the wrong people before and jacked stuff up. I will always make sure that you get what you deserve if you won something from me and I say that you won something. I will promise you that. I'll never get it perfect, but I promise that. But if you win today, which there will be multiple winners, you will get a Tradeovate account as soon as Tradeovate from Top 1 Futures launches, which I'm expecting to be any damn day now. Any day. Really soon. So anyway, thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate you. It's crazy. I've grown this year. I have over 13,000 on YouTube. I think I'm approaching... No, I'm not approaching 13 yet. Where are we at? Let's get the number. Let's be accurate with it. It's crazy, bro. I started these from 0. 13.2 thousand subscribers on YouTube. 8,000 something on IG. Over 2,000 members in a Discord. Another almost 4,000 on X. We have now well over 100 concurrent viewers tuning in across platforms because I stream on YouTube, Kick, and X. I got a few hundred on Kick, which is crazy. I appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you guys. Y'all are awesome. Thanks for being here. I'm grateful for you. It's really awesome. Really awesome. So that's my Thanksgiving vibes. Somebody said that's Thanksgiving vibes. Thanksgiving vibes, guys. It's Thanksgiving tomorrow. I really do hope you have the opportunity to spend some time with your family, your friends, your loved ones, your animals. If you don't have any of those, yourself outside in nature. If you don't, celebrate Thanksgiving or whatever it is, I hope you have a good day while the markets are closed. Try not to do anything too crazy, in my humble opinion, right before and after Thanksgiving in the markets. It usually is not a good play. I've burned myself so many times coming right into the holidays. It's just a painful thing to do. So, anyway, let's see. We got 82 likes. We're running it up. We got the form ready. We will we'll run some duck races, multiple races today. Appreciate you guys being on. Smash the like button. Yeah, you know it. You know it. Like the like button, guys. Grateful for your work, mate. For sure, man. No, I have an awesome community. Such an awesome community. It's insane. I never thought I would have a community like this. And everybody says that I have the best community. I never thought that I would run giveaways. This has happened now multiple times. Some of you are on here right now, where people have won something. They've won money. They've won an account. And they said, nah, man, I don't need it. I'm grateful to be in a good spot. Run it again. Give it to somebody else that needs it. Just run it back. That started to happen. I was like, no, man. No, we're not doing that. You guys are not going to make me, I'm not crying. You're crying. Stop it. No, it's cool, though. It's really cool to see. The internet is filled with hate and trolls and negativity. It's sometimes it feels like you're screaming into the void of negativity, and it's very tough. So it's nice when you have stuff like that where random internet strangers are like, nah, I don't even want it for myself. I'm giving it to somebody else. It's crazy, man. But you don't have to do any of that, man. Happy to try to give back, support you guys. I'm happy to have partners that support me to support you guys. Top One. Shout out Top One for this one, for sure. We're running hella giveaways with these guys. So we are 85 likes. Yeah, you guys run it up. We'll get the form to drop. Give you about 10 minutes to get it filled out. No purchase necessary. Don't fill it out more than one time. You guys know the drill. If you want to check out Black Friday deals, this way you don't have to go crazy. I made a little Notion site for you guys. I'll drop it in chat again. Links, dates, discounts, deals, everything. Remember, guys, I'm partnered. I'm affiliated with these guys on this list. I stand to make money. I can't be unbiased. But if you want to check it out, feel free to check it out. You want to check out Top One Futures? Link is on there. 57.5% off. Trade of 8 coming really soon. I'm going to blow you guys up as soon as it launches. I really am. I'm going to blow it up everywhere as soon as it launches, so you don't have to worry. If you want to hop in the 100% free trading Discord, link is actually down at the bottom of that right here. It's actually in that link. All the links are there if you want to check it out. Free trading Discord, no course, no VIP, no mentorship, none of that stuff. Free 99, best deal of the year. Wolf, what's up, man? I like the Ignite accounts. Yeah, tough. They're tough for sure. Drop the form for 5 minutes before the race. Who is here for you deserve to enter? No bots. Yeah, Adam, we've ran one really early. We've ran some really early, and I will tell you. Let me give you guys the warning because we got like a ton of people on right now. I'm gonna warn you all right now. I'll give you the heads up. Starting after this live, I'm going to run these at random days, random times. Meaning, it's not always going to be around 11 o'clock. I'm going to run some as soon as I start the live at 9:15 a.m. I'm going to run some late. I'm going to run some after the session opens. I'm giving you the heads up because a lot of people really pile in right around this time because I've been running around the same time. I'm going to run them hella early and I'm going to run them late. You got to be on the live stream to catch it. That's my heads up to you guys. So don't hop on Friday when we're running more of them and say, did I miss the race? Did I miss the race? It's just a heads up. No stream tomorrow, obviously. Thanksgiving, we're streaming on Friday. Know it, you know it. Today's gonna be lit. Oh yeah, we're running some duck races. Let's go, guys. 87 likes. We're getting close. Get ready, get ready. You're right. Spread some love. Yeah, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for you, Zach. Letting us pick your brain, see what you're about when you do something like what you're doing now. You know, it comes from the heart. Yeah, man. I try, guys. I try. You have to show that you're an ICG trader by posting. Oh, God. Wolf. Damn it, Wolf. From February, we will have only trade of 8. Correct. Correct. Yeah. CFDs, no bueno. CFDs have no reliable volume data. They have traditionally wider spreads, worse fills, no centralized market. That's it. Let's go. 93 likes. Yeah, you guys are almost there. We're going to get the form ready because I know you're about to hit it. It's going to be giveaway time, guys. Form's going to drop in the chat. Chrono Ember, Relaxing Zen, Jess, Sloth Father, Kobe Clark, all of you guys on Kick, you're going to get the form. X, you're going to get the form as well. Going to get the form as well. Just chill. Just chill. Bullish movement. Bias was right here, guys, coming in. I got to tell you, I'm a little bit frustrated that I just have not found a way to capitalize on what I've expected, you know, to happen right off of the open. If I have too many situations where, you know, I'm getting good inclinations of one thing happening over another, and for some reason I'm keeping myself out, I do try to review. Is there a way for me to adjust? Do I want to add in, you know, a more aggressive play somewhere? Do I just want to allow myself some more discretion on a day like today to be more aggressive on, you know, on the long side? Obviously, this is probably something that I would have entered would have looked like if I had been more aggressive, right? Maybe I wouldn't catch the bottom of these moves, but I think it's reasonable to say, you know, 20, 25 points above VWAP wouldn't have been too bad. And nothing home run like, right? Even if I was just down below this low, which I think I would have been, maybe, you know, maybe we're around that 1-to-1 level. Not a crazy home run, but shooting for a break of that IB high and a push to the upside. You know, maybe you hold on to something like, or I hold on to something like this for, you know, that longer, larger movement that I'm attempting to do. Where would have that been? Not that trading hindsight is helpful really at all. Something like that. I could see us coming back down. I really could see us coming back down, but I'm not looking to short this thing. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get this forum running. Y'all are at 99 likes. We're gonna run it. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get this. You want to play the? We'll get really close and we won't hit the button. Guess what? We're running it anyway. I'm a nice guy. What can I say? What can I say? Oh, looks like you're in a hotel room. No, not in a hotel room. I am in a spot with mirrors behind me, but I'm in a home. I'll be in, if you guys watch the Austin Silver podcast, there's a giveaway form, guys. Go ahead and get it filled out. I'll talk about what my background is going to look like soon. There's the giveaway form on YouTube, on Kick, and we're going to give it to you crazy peeps on X. But pretty soon, I got a new office getting built out, which is little spot getting set up for me. Nothing too crazy, but I should have a pretty cool background, different than what you guys are used to. This is a secondary location that I'm in right now. But I have streamed from hotel rooms before. This just doesn't happen to be one of them. Stream from down the street of the Chicago Board of Trade and the Chicago Mercantile Exchange this year. That was pretty fun. All right, guys, giveaway form is in the live chat in X as well, if you want to check that out. Also, X gonna give it to you. We're gonna give you the Black Friday deals as well. It's a little site I put together, a little Notion page with all of the Black Friday deals. It's pinned to the top of the chat on YouTube if you want to check it out. The dates that the deals are running. Trading Space goes super hard for Black Friday. They run the best deals. Almost all of the firms, all of the software companies, all the platforms, they run the best deals that they run all year. Like, you know, most places run huge deals, but the Trading Space goes hard for it. So I put that together for you guys. Some of the stuff that that I'm working with, the guys that I'm working with. You guys can check that out. 101. No numbers. You don't have to guess numbers, guys. I'm long from IB High. I used the developing volume profile for a stop loss placement. Nice. Yeah, if I had to take a trade, I think I would be short. Honestly, it's not a good trade, but I'd be short if I had to trade something. But I'm not looking to do that for no reason. Let's go. Hit the like button. Cool, mate. I will find you somewhere. 100 likes. Give me the form. The form's out. It's posting some funny holiday vibe comments. I'm part of the argument. Yeah. Yeah. Jose, Jose, we see you in here. What's up, Jose? Happy Thanksgiving, brother. Got some OGs in here. Wolf, OG, a ton of OGs. I'm not gonna name all you guys. You're all OGs. Thanks, Zach. W. Top one doesn't allow me to trade the DAX. Sadly, they should add it. I will. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for looking at that. I know you asked, and I genuinely don't know. Move over to here to like the stream. Appreciate you, Chrono Everett. What's up? Smash the like button on the stream. All right, guys. I'm gonna give you guys about 5 minutes. We won't keep this going for forever. 5 minutes. 11:25 a.m. We're cutting this off. 11:25 a.m. We're cutting this off. Because we got a ton of people on right now, and this is going to fill up quickly, guys. It's going to fill up real quickly. Remember, only fill it out one time. Don't fill it out more than one time. If you use your brothers and your sisters and your grandmas and everybody's email, you're going to get banned. You're going to get banned from the stream. You're going to get banned from Top 1. It comes directly to your email from Top 1 Futures. If you use another email, they know it's a scam. Don't do it. Don't do it to me. Don't do it to yourself. Please make it easy for me, guys. Tom, Zach, can I pinch some advice? So far, haven't traded all week. Really haven't seen anything for me to take, or if it goes past my time, I won't trade. I'm getting very frustrated and doubting my strat. Any porters much appreciated. Here's my thought on that, brother. Here's my thought on that. And I might be different than somebody else. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. Outside of really high frequency, low time frame scalping, there's not often strategies that present opportunities every single day during the time that you're trading. It would be uncommon to find that. As you could see here, for me, I'm feeling the same, brother. I'm a little bit frustrated. This was just a test trade, by the way, guys. We did a micro trade to see what was up with Project X. I'm a little bit frustrated, although it's only the beginning of the second trading day of the week for me. I didn't trade Monday. A little bit frustrated that I didn't get a trade yesterday, and I don't have a trade with you guys so far today. That's part of sitting patiently in the markets and waiting for the market to come to you. My pointers would be: review. Are you finding yourself taking trades, enough times to present a meaningful way to actually trade intraday, right? I think you could be way too selective, and it's just like, you're never going to make any progress. Are you doing something differently? Like, are you just not executing? Is it that the setup is actually there, but for some reason you're not executing? Like, yesterday was a little bit questionable for me. Maybe I could have been a little bit more aggressive. If it's just that the market's not setting up for you, there's going to be plenty of periods of time where the market goes into extreme volatility mode. It drifts, it chops, but it does something that doesn't line up with your strategy at all. And the best thing you could do is just not take L's. sit on your hands and wait. It's not fun to do, and what are the pointers there? Build discipline, right? Build discipline to recognize that it's not the same thing every damn day, and that's why that your strategy is not going to give you the same setup at the same exact time every single day. Again, outside of really high frequency or really aggressive scalping, right? Which is there, or really discretionary trading, where guys are like, essentially their strategy is, I go long or short every day, multiple times, based on some bias, and I find a way to do that every single time. I adjust for structure, and like that's what people do. That it's just not that common. What's more common is to have days, unfortunately, like I'm having, like you're having, where it's just not there for you. It's there for everybody else. It's there for somebody else. It's just not there for you, right? And there's days where, for those guys, it ain't there for them. It's just not setting up, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Absolutely. Zach, how are you? Thanks. I am well, man. Living the dream over here. Happy Thanksgiving, you beautiful M. Fudger. Jose. Appreciate you. You always delivering cheers. You always delivering, Zach. Cheers. Appreciate you guys. You guys are delivering by being here. What strategies in time? I'm stuck in the break-even phase, still wanting to earn myself a payout, and I'm not trading, but on the markets consistently. I just find it tough. Tom, it's even tougher. Coming up on 11:25, guys. A couple more minutes to get this form filled out, and that's it. It's even tougher if you haven't started to make some money, because you still question everything, right? And even if you build the belief, you build the conviction. I posted a long thing in my Discord and on X today. You guys can feel free about, to read that really long write-up on self-belief. But it's even tougher because you don't really have the evidence that gives you all of the confidence yet. You have to build it for yourself and stay patient, and it's tough. It's tough. Let's go, guys. I'm clipping this form right now. Last chance to get the form filled out. So you guys were asking questions about the different forms. If you're on YouTube, which you are, I have a comparison against all three forms: the straight to funded, the instant funded, and the Ignite. The OG instant funded, the straight to funded, and the straight to sim funded pro, the Ignite, and the instant funded. Sorry, all three. If you guys want to check it out, it's on there. All right, guys, form is done. Holy shit, we got a lot of ducks. Ooh, we got a lot of ducks today. Did you guys spam it? Oh, come on. Did you spam it? Did you spam it? How is you got? It's the same person. It's the same person. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm running this multiple times. I'm going to try to get rid of, for 2 minutes, the one idiot on here that continues to spam the form. What a jackass. I can't ban anybody, unfortunately, for filling the form out, but somebody has to try to ruin the show. But if they win, I'm going to run it back. They're not going to get it. Let's see. Yep, you're bullshit. You're bullshit. Man, I hope you step on a Lego barefoot, bro. You are so annoying. You're going to get banned. I'm gonna send every single one of these emails to the person who filled the form out multiple times, because I know you're on here, I know you're listening, you've won in the past, and you continue to do it. Chat, I don't need any comments on this. I'm gonna send every email that you've used on here to every partner and affiliate and prop firm to try to blacklist you from everything that I possibly can. You're continuing, you've been warned so many times. I was so nice about it the first time. And now you're making it difficult for me and wasting everybody's time. I'm gonna cook you because you can't seem to listen. That's cool though. And if you win and you're on here and somehow I don't recognize that it's one of your fake ass emails, just know that you ain't getting the account. Just know that you ain't getting the account. Matter of fact, if somebody wins that filled it out more than one time, and I figure it out, I'm definitely running it back multiple times. Oh my god, what a waste of time. What a waste of time this person is. Mad annoying. Sorry guys, give me a minute. Try to get rid of some of these that I can see the person filled out. But don't worry, no scammers are winning forms. Alright. Let's get ready to run it. The ducks are in a line. The scammers are getting wrecked. Give me a second, guys. We got so many peeps on here. I'm getting it ready, Got to do it in real time, too. We have to run multiple here. Holy crap. We have to run multiple. We're going to have multiple stages of duck races. All right, this is going to be fun. We're running mad duck races here, guys. It's all good. It's Thanksgiving. I'm not in a trade. Can't find myself into one. I don't know. Maybe I just suck this week. I don't think so. I think I just got to be patient. We're going to run multiple duck races. Hang tight. I got to break this up, though. All right. We're going to have group 1 and group 2. And we're running multiple. All right, let me see. This is 89. Let me see. Nobody freak out. Don't worry. I'll run plenty. All right. Here we go. Here's what we're going to do, guys. This is for the first Ignite instant funded 50K account. This is group number 1. Not everybody's name is on here, but because we have so many people that genuinely filled out the form today, which is actually crazy. We have a record high outside of the scammer who filled it out multiple times, so I got rid of most of their emails. But if somehow they're still on here and they're win, I'm going to cook you, bro. No, I'm not. I'm just going to try to get you banned from everything. We're going to run it multiple times. So, hang tight. You got to be on here to win. If you're not on here to win and I don't even know your name, I might assume that you're the scammer. We're going to see who wins. 50K Ignite instant funded account. 2 minutes on the clock. Good luck, everybody. This is group number 1 getting ready to run. We're going to run group number 2. Group number 2. Let's see. You look different without a beanie. Didn't recognize it. Yeah, man, I'm growing my hair back out. I'm gonna have super long hair. If you guys didn't know, I had super duper long hair when I was making content for forever, and I cut it a few months ago, and I donated it to Locks of Love, and I hope some little girl or boy with cancer has an awesome wig. But I'm growing it back out. So some hats will be on store. How many times did I spend the form? Mad times. Scream is not loading. You're welcome, Tim. Hit me up. Yeah. Love the holidays because of the ducks. Me. For the guys that said that the screen is not loading, I'm going to add you to the second form. Don't worry. If you're not on here, I'll get you on here. Don't worry. Everybody's going to get on. Multiple stages. What do you mean? Evals and funded ducks? Oh, yeah. I see the person. Don't worry. The person that the form didn't load. I'm going to put you on the second form. Relax. This is going to be round 1. We got multiple rounds going, guys. Multiple rounds. We'll get this done. It's 11:30. We'll run a couple. Again, I'm thankful for you guys. I really appreciate it for everybody that hops on. And we're going to get a couple people funded today. I said I was going to try to figure out turkeys. They probably have a turkey race. 20 seconds left. Let's see who takes round 1. 7 seconds to go. Trade with Luhan, Kai, Lee, No Name, Kim down on the bottom. Oh, who is this up top? Bags coming out of nowhere. We got a winner. We got a Discord OG in the chat. Group number 1, round 1 is Bags. Don't go anywhere yet, guys. We're running multiple, even if you were just in this one. But I think I just found something else that's going to be pretty fun on here for Thanksgiving. Bags, you are winner number 1. Hang on. Let me see where you're at. I got to put this as the line for group 1. And Bags. There he is. W's in the chat for Bags. I know who you are. I don't need to even see you. All right, let's keep this show rolling. Let's keep this show rolling. Hang on, guys. I got something fun coming. Oh no. Damn, they had a turkey race, but it doesn't let me put 100 people in it. Oh, boo, turkey race. You guys stink, man. I wanted to run the Thanksgiving turkey race. Damn, that would have been fun. All right, it's gonna be more ducks. I thought I had something fun for you guys. We were gonna run the Thanksgiving turkey race. It's this exact same thing. It does literally nothing different, but we're running ducks, man. We're keeping an OG. The people yearn for the ducks. All right. Group number 2 coming up. Hang tight, guys. Hang tight. Damn, man, that sucks. I wanted to run the turkeys with you guys. All right, we got race number 2. Ducks are in a row. Group 2, get ready to roll. 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock for another 50K Ignite instant funded account from Top 1 Futures. The Thanksgiving special. We're running duck races like crazy. Appreciate you guys being on. Again, if you don't see your name on here, guys, as you can see, like, there's mad of you in here. Half of them are back here. So don't, if you don't see your name, it's because your duck is very slow today. He's lagging out. He just doesn't have the juice to make it on. How do we know if your duck is in the race? Because you filled the form out. Plays with Fire 84. You filled the form out, and you are in group number 1. You were in the last race. Right? I double checked for you. I didn't form the form out. I always lose a few seconds before. Shit, man. You guys are funny. Hella W's in the chat. Moneybags, run it. Your long hair on Instagram gives you the Jesus vibe. We love it in this house. I appreciate you. We're great for you too. Thanks for everything. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. I'm great for you guys. I have no chance. I'm not even on the screen. Oh, there's a duck in here that's NA. Oh no, I'd have to see who that is if they win. We'll see. All right, we got a little tight group here. I think we got some stop outs, but we got a pretty tight pack. 45 seconds coming in. Let's see what the market's doing really quick. Still climbing. Let's see. All right, we got 100 people on the stream on YouTube. Y'all are crazy. We got 33 on the stream on X. We got how many on Kick? We got 33 on this. Oh, we only got a handful of you guys. Got a half a dozen. Foiled scammer with Lego pieces garnish. 12 seconds to go. Chrono out front. Can he hold the breakout? Relaxing Zen. Very strong from behind. Another Discord OG. Oh, stop loss getting hit. Relaxing Zen taking the W. We got a Discord OG in here with the win. Damn, son. Very nice. Relaxing Zen, let me mark this one down. Group number 2 taking the win. Don't go anywhere yet, guys. I said we were going to overdo it today. I said we were going to go crazy. We're going to go crazy. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm going to run these back quick, though. This way we don't hang out on here for too long. Relaxing Zen with the W, winning a 50K Ignite instant funded account. Hang on, hang on. You know what we're doing. Here's what we got, guys. Here's what we got. Group number 1, we're running it back. 2 minutes on the clock. Another Ignite 50K instant funded account up for grabs. Get ready, chat. Get ready. I'm keeping these rolling quick. Here's what I'm going to do for you guys. For those of you that missed the form, form's open. The form is open again. If you missed the form, don't fill it out again. But if you missed the form, you didn't fill it out, it's open to get filled out again. Here is the link. I'm going to give you guys only 2 minutes in between me running this second group. Here you go. We're being nice to you guys. There's the form on YouTube. The form's live on X, on Kick. I usually don't do this, but I see a bunch of you missed it. You didn't fill it out. Go ahead, try to fill it out. As soon as this race is over, we're going to run it back, though. You guys got 60 seconds. Get it done. Get it done. Form's open. Relaxing Zen, taking the win, man. I love it. And I swear to all things holy, if I see this scammer fill this out, I'm going to lose it. I'm genuinely going to lose it. I'm watching them come in. If I see you fill it out, bro, you know I'm talking to you. I know who you are. I know where you live. No, I don't. But if I see you fill this out, bro, you're a bad person. You're giving yourself hella bad juju. So far, we're good. Oh, we had half of the OGs weren't in here. Purple Ninja, Pam, what are you guys doing? You were sleeping before. Plays with fire on here. What's up? Keep it simple FX. Ayo FX. What are you guys doing? All right, 25 seconds. Rhombus, Rouse, Aaron, Ruben T, Tuhan Edge, Keen, Mustard Seeds Academy. What are these names, guys? Crazy. 12 seconds to go. Rallies down to the bottom. Rhombus looking strong. Rob, JLPR. Colby Clark looking really strong. Here we go. Here we go. I can't even see who this is. Crick Swan? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce your guys' names. And number 42, Strawberry Duck, taking the W. Let me see who this is. Let me see who this is. There we go. I don't know how to pronounce your actual name either, but I can tell you're not the scammer. But we're going to mark you down for a W. W. Congrats to however you pronounce this name. I apologize, guys. I can't pronounce anybody's names. All right. Group number 2. Group number 2. Along with new peeps in here, we're going to go for the last and final duck race. We've ran 3 so far. We're going to run it back. Come on, guys. Last chance. Get it filled out quickly. I opened the form back up. I'm being super nice and trying to make sure everybody has a good shot of entering. Except for the one singular scammer or group of you idiots that are doing it. All right. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. All right, guys, here we go. 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Group 2, get ready. Get ready, man. We got hella people getting funded today. We're getting 4 people instantly funded with Top 1 Futures Ignite instant funded accounts. Shout out Top 1 Futures. Shout out you guys for being here. Shout out Thanksgiving. If you guys want to check out Top 1 Futures, the link is in the chat. 57.5% off. I'm going to throw it in there again for you guys on Kick, on YouTube. There you go. Hella W's in the chat. Neo, how do I know if surface that here? Ready? Neo, you're in group number 1, Neo. Oh, man. Oh. Can't join Discord. Can I send the link here? No, but you can do this. If you can't join the Discord because you're in a country where it restricts you from joining through WAP, send me an email and I will get you personally into the Discord. The Discord's free. I run it through WAP to try to prevent the scammers that make it on here for making it into the Discord and impersonating me. But I don't care what country you're from, you can join. As long as you're not like everybody on X and pretending to be a white girl and just catfishing guys or something, or pretending to be a dude that's not the same person for no reason, or for whatever reason you have, but don't do that. Group number 2. Party for tonight, SA, Trading Fever, Cylinder Man? I don't know. I can't pronounce any of your guys' names. Group 2, I don't know what's going on with the names, but the Trump duck, the rooster duck, the Christmas duck, the astronaut duck, the George Washington duck, the crazy one-eyed Cyclops duck, some naked ducks up here. 25 seconds to go. Let's see who takes it. Oh, man. AOFX coming out of nowhere. Cooksmith looking really strong. Maverick, Paroli, oh, no. Oh, no. Stop loss is getting hit. Hosma 1. The Dr. Duck. The duck with a mask. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There we go. Hamza, I guess is how you would pronounce your name. We got W's in the chat. He is not the scammer either. I can see you're not even close, which is a good thing. Thank you for not being a terrible person. Guys, we gave out 4 50K Ignite instant funded accounts. Remember, if you won today, I have your email. These are going to come directly from Top 1 Futures. If you didn't win today, tune in. Not tomorrow. Tune in on Friday. Tomorrow is Thursday, Thanksgiving. No stream for tomorrow. Going to be streaming, running it back, giving out hella accounts the rest of the week. Friday, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Also, remember, if you won today or you won this week, I'm waiting on Tradeovate. I know you don't have the accounts yet. You're not going to get the account until Tradeovate launches with Top 1 Futures. Don't worry. You're in the queue. As soon as it launches, you're going to be one of the first people with a brand new Tradeovate account on Top 1 Futures. Hang tight. Hang tight. I got you guys. Guys, I appreciate you being here. I really do. If I didn't say that enough. This is frustrating to watch. Tom, I'm with you in chat, who was saying it was frustrating to watch, not getting your setups. Hella W's in the chat. Frustrating to watch, but it's part of the game, man. I'll let you guys know if I'm looking at something else later into the session. I don't know that I will, but we got to run. A run off VWAP, push to the open, pull back, and then continuation. It looks like we want to hold that stat. Close the day before Thanksgiving. Green for the turkeys. Anyway, guys, appreciate you being here. Hop in Discord. Hop on the socials. Real Deal Zach everywhere. Links to the top. Links at the top for everything. Talk to you guys soon. Remember, quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I do not provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is. Even in funded prop from accounts. And the affiliate partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Appreciate you guys being here. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays, man. I hope you have an awesome time. Relax. Get off the charts. Close it out, man. Check it out today. Do what you're doing today. Get ready for Friday. Get ready for next week. Holidays, man. I encourage you, take a break. Take a break. Put the phone on Do Not Disturb. Chill out. Get off the charts. That's what I plan to do. Talk to you guys soon. Have an awesome holiday. I'll be talking to you guys in Discord.